Today we visit a century-old historic golf course and talk to a specialist about what we need to know to get the most out of our turf. You won't want to miss it, so stay tuned as we garden smart from Florida.
Absolutely. We have a tournament that takes place here every year. It's called the World's Richest Tarpon Tournament, and basically our three tenets are conservation, education, and sportsmanship. We want to teach people that they can go out and fish for these big sport fish, but we can also do it responsibly to create a sustainable fishery.
That's great. This is a beautiful island, Lou. I can't wait to tour it.
I can't wait for you to see everything that we have here to offer, and please make sure you go out and enjoy everything.
We will. Thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, it's very important. You guys are right here on the water. And notice as we were walking up to this green, it's a little bit coarser textured grass. It reminds me of Poa annua a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely different than, say, Bermuda grass, which is probably the typical warm season grass used on a golf course. It does play a little bit different, but it's great for our situation.
Well, I think we need to go get our clubs and test it out.
Okay.
One of the issues that we end up having to deal with, whether it's a residential lawn or an athletic field, or especially on a golf course where you have carts driving over the grass, is compaction. You guys have just done your aeration here. What are you looking for, Jeff?
Well, a number of things, really. You're going to get better water infiltration. You're going to get oxygen down to your roots and better gas exchange. Grass is just like any other plant. It needs air, light, and water. So you really open it up for gas exchange, air movement, water penetration. And you know, you saw the machine we use is more of a golf course machine, but a homeowner can rent at your local hardware store. You can rent a air fryer. I would suggest doing it one time a year. I don't think you need to really go any more than that. And if you can't aerify, you can use a dethatcher, which is, you know, I would definitely suggest doing that at least once a year. In the fall, it's going to remove your thatch. It's going to allow for better water penetration as well. If you get a thatch buildup, your water's going to go into that thatch, and it's kind of going to act like a sponge and hold water there. You're going to have more disease. So it's just, you know, the right thing to do, especially if you're overseeding or going to interseed your yard with a cool season grass, just to get you a little bit denser stand over the winter time.
Yeah, so a combination of aeration and dethatching, it allows the roots to breathe and the tops to breathe. And even if you don't think you have a compaction issue, bear in mind that a lot of the residential compaction is caused by irrigation and by rain.
Yeah.
Does a lot to compact the soil. So it's a good every year practice. And you know, right here you're pulling, you know, maybe 2-inch plugs that are about as big as your pinky. And
Right.
so now we're going to get a lot of new root growth. And then I guess after you get done with this, you're just going to basically rake the plugs back.
As you can see, we've got a little bit of what appears to be insect damage here, and we're going to show you a cool little trick you can do in your own lawn to diagnose what type of pest you have. And all you do is take a couple tablespoons of dish detergent. For some reason, lemon scent seems to work a little bit better, and mix it in a bucket of water and just pour it on the area that looks like it may have whatever it is going on. And whatever it is should come to the surface, and you can make a definitive identification of it.
That's a great tip. So we've got your assistant, Steve, here. He's going to go and put the water down, Steve. And how long does it typically take before we start seeing the insects
It
emerging?
could take anywhere from a minute to 4 to 5 minutes.
What are the kind of insects that you guys typically end up having problems with?
Our main pests are mole crickets, army worms, sodweb worms, nematodes, which nematode is probably the worst in the South on golf courses. They're microscopic and can really do damage.
Oh, there's one.
And here comes a mole cricket now.
Right there.
And he's a little bit smaller one, so that tells us that he's one that hatched in the ground.